What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here today. This will be my Bears-Eagles preview, guys. All the information is now out there, so I feel like making this video as early as possible. It looks like the Eagles are going to play Sunday at 4:40 p.m. That's Eastern time. So for me here in Utah, that's going to be, I believe, 2 o'clock. So, exciting times, guys. They're actually the last playoff game of the wild card week. So they get to see what happens with all the other teams. You know, Dallas plays the night before, and then the Eagles play on Sunday. And also good news, it looks like Nick Foles has been cleared to start. They're saying that his rib soreness should be okay by then. But honestly, I'm not going to read into that too much because I don't know if he will be 100%, and that's fine. We just have to accept that fact that the rest of the team around him is really going to have to step up. The Bears are no joke, guys. I went and watched some of their tape this morning, and their pass rush is insane. In fact, they're almost a spitting image of what the Eagles did in 2017 with a young quarterback. You know, you got a young offense, and then you got a lot of veteran players on the defense. And their pass rush is really good, just like the Eagles. They are able to get after the quarterback, as you guys saw in Minnesota yesterday. And Khalil Mack is basically like a Fletcher Cox mixed with a Brandon Graham. I mean, the dude's big and he's fast. So that's going to be a problem. I think that the Eagles have a shot here, though, because we also have a really good O-line with Lane Johnson. And Jason Kelce is one of the more athletic centers in the league. The only concern I have with the Eagles O-line is Big V. I don't think he's going to be the future, and I don't know. We'll have to see what he does. Last year, he really did step up when it mattered in the playoffs, but the Eagles also had 2 weeks to prepare for the playoffs last year, where this time they're just going right in. And so I don't know how they're going to respond to that immediately, but you know, it is what it is, guys. I'm just so grateful that we're actually in, and it's just fantastic. And honestly, losing to the Bears, that would be a team that losing to them wouldn't bother me because, you know, we got in because of them. So they basically decided they wanted to play us instead of the Vikings because they could have easily just laid down and said, you know, let's let them win this game. You know, there's no reason why we want to play the Eagles, right, guys? But they said, no, we want to play the defending Super Bowl champs. They want to make this game interesting. Kirk Cousins packs his bags and goes home. The wannabe franchise quarterback that he is. You know, back in 2013, I was always hearing arguments that Kirk Cousins was better than Nick Foles. Man, I mean, I never would have predicted that Nick Foles would have done this, but at the same time, I always had faith in my boy, so I said, nope, Kirk Cousins is not. So, you know, I guess it was more like 2014. I think it was 2013 when RG3 started to go like that, and Kirk Cousins was coming in. The bottom line is, I've always thought Kirk Cousins was pretty choke. I did think he would be better on the Vikings. I actually picked the Vikings to take a step forward this year, but this has proven it, guys. Kirk Cousins is just not that good of a quarterback. He's not clutch at all. All the genes that not Carson Wentz, well, even Carson Wentz, all the genes that Nick Foles has in the clutch moments, Kirk Cousins does not have. So he's like the exact opposite of Nick Foles. And so, you know, thank you to the Vikings for just deciding that, you know, we don't want to win the playoffs, guys. We just want to take a seat this year. We want to sit on our nice couches and watch the Eagles and the Bears play in the wild card round. You know, whatever. Mike Zimmer, we don't care what he wants. We'll just take a seat here. So enjoy your regular season crown, Minnesota, for beating the Eagles, because that's all you're going to get in 2018. So yeah, respect to the Bears. You know, another factor here is it's going to be in Soldier Field, which is actually preferable to me as well because the Eagles are a cold weather team, guys. We play in Lincoln Financial Field last year in the winter, and going to Soldier Field's not much different. It's probably going to be a little bit colder in Chicago just because it's more north, but at the same time, it's still going to be cold in Philly too. So I think Nick Foles will adjust as he did last year against the Vikings and the Falcons. And I think this game's going to be a lot more like the Falcons game. I think this is going to be a very tight, low-scoring game because the Eagles' offense is going to have a hard time containing Khalil Mack. I'm just going to be honest. That's going to be really hard to stop. I don't know how many times Nick Foles is going to get hit, but that's something he's going to have to prepare for mentally because it's probably going to happen at least 3 or 4 times. But then on the other side, I think Mitch Trubisky will also see a significant amount of pressure. And so maybe create some turnovers. You have the rise of Avonte Maddox over there in the secondary. I think that these teams are very similar too. I mean, Matt Nagy also came from the Andy Reid coaching tree. So, you got Andy Reid, or you got Matt Nagy versus Doug Peterson, which is, we're both going to run that West Coast offense. And the Bears have done it fantastically this year. In fact, Mitch Trubisky this year has reminded me a lot of Carson Wentz in 2017. He's getting it done, and that's really all that matters. And so I think that if I had to give like a score prediction, I would probably give this game like anywhere from like 17 to 13, 13 to 10. I think it's always going to be within a field goal or a touchdown. It's going to just be a one-possession game all game. And it really, I think a lot of the momentum is going to be decided by whoever scores first. But you never know. The Eagles play from behind all season. Recently, the last 3 weeks with Nick Foles, they've been able to get off to early starts. But I just don't know how it's going to be against this Bears defense because they really are complete. They have a really good secondary. They have a really good D-line. I don't know what's going to happen. But I will say this. Alshon Jeffrey is returning to Soldier Field in an Eagles uniform, guys, and that will play a factor. We also have Trey Burton on the opposite side this year. So lots of just fun things in this game. This is just fun, guys. And if the Eagles manage to go on a run, this is going to be a better story than last year. I mean, last year was like the first win, but this is going to be like Rocky 2. This is going to be the sequel, better than the original, because the Eagles were just done. I mean, Dallas Cowboys fans were celebrating the fact that we were just out of it. Even me, I thought we were done, but everyone that counted the Eagles out is now eating their words because they found a way, guys. Freaking hell, they found a way, and I can't believe it. It's still just blowing my mind that I'm even making this video. I figured I'd be making off-season videos right now. So, it's just very, very, very fortunate, and I'm very grateful. I hope they find a way to keep Nick Foles in an Eagles uniform next year, but we'll just have to see. We got to enjoy this ride while it lasts, guys. And I am going to give a score prediction on this game. I actually think the Eagles are going to win this game, guys. I have a really good feeling about it. And I think, like I said, it's probably going to be like 17-10 or 13-10, something in that ballpark. But I say the Eagles win it by at least a touchdown. Maybe Jake Elliott's foot comes into the factor at the end where, he's got to kick another game-winning field goal. But it's going to be a tough one all game. It's going to be a battle in the cold. And I think if the Eagles beat the Bears, they will play the Saints next, and that's going to be really tough. So, again, guys, just enjoy this ride while it lasts. I know I am. But what do you guys think about this game? What do you guys think's gonna happen? Do you think the Bears will win, or do you think the Eagles will win? Whatever you guys think, comment down below. If you're new to the channel as well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as I will be covering the Eagles and the NFL all season long. And I like I said, I'm going to be making some off-season videos as well. But to all my returning viewers, I want to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. This has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.